It's finally happened. Christmas has started so early this year that Christmas and Halloween have merged and we have haunted, invisible Christmas elves. Weird. Hello, welcome one and all to this episode 11 of the Towny Minecraft Survival series here on Shadow Kingdom. And before we get started on some projects, I'm going to show you what I've been busy with, because I've been doing loads of the more grindy jobs in between last episode and this episode, which was a few days ago. So let me give you a little show around, because we've been opening up the underground here. As you can see, we've got more of these side rooms now. In fact, they go pretty much all the way around now. So we have 8 times more space under here than we used to. Loads of ideas of what we're going to be filling these rooms with, but they'll be for other episodes. As you can see as well, I have managed to finally get the villager breeder from up top there down to the underground, so that we can get on with the big organic build I've got planned for up there. But the big project that I want to start with in today's episode is actually at the mall, which I showed you guys last episode. And here we are at the mall, and all these shops are flying up and ours is still shockingly empty. So we have got to rectify the situation, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be opening a florist's. The Monolith Florist's is going to be the shop that we will be building. I've already found a flower forest, which will help us to quickly get some of those chest shops filled up, and we've got to design this place, make it look nice and fresh and enticing so people come and spend their money in our shop. So that's what we're going to start with. Guys, don't forget as well, hit that like, give me a subscribe. Really hoping that we can hit the 400 mark by Christmas. That's my aim, is 400 before New Year. So guys, I'd love it if you could help me hit my targets there. But enough of that nonsense, let's get on with the builds. Who was that? Seriously? That's you, Borrow, isn't it? That Ender helmet is not fooling anybody. I know it's you. What? There's more of you now? Oh, honestly, I have got to do something about you guys. Well, plans for the shop have been coming on nicely, and we have started to gather some of our stocks already. As you can see here, we've got all the different flowers that I'm going to be selling in my shop. I'm going to be filling up these chests to start the stocks for the shop. I think I'm probably going to do a little bit of research on YouTube, see if I can find some tutorials on some quick, simple, small flower farms, just to make this job a little bit more straightforward, because it's gonna take me forever if I try and pick them all by hand, even with a flower forest, which I have found already. If you're wondering, by the way, what on earth is going on with these rooms, yes, they're getting cluttered already. I need to start tidying up and making things look nice, but these are just bits and pieces I need for my quests. If you haven't seen quests here on Shadow Kingdom, they are great. You can get a quest for each job, which can pay you 4, 8 or even I think 12,000 if you get high enough levels on them. They are great for getting quick cash, so I'm just stockpiling bits that I need to use when those quests come up. Random, I know, why on earth would you need such a massive pile of melons, but there we are. So I've shown you the stocks, now let's show you the progress on the actual shop itself, because I have been doing some building and I think it's coming on okay. We have got 4 walls and a ceiling. Randomly though, I still haven't put a floor in. I don't know why, but I find floors just a tiny bit harder than anything else. But here we are, here's what it's looking like so far. As you can see, we've got the ceilings and the walls in nicely, with some detailing, some little nooks and crannies there. So all that's left to do now is to fill in the floor and then start to get in our shops and stock it up, and start earning a few quid from our wonderful Monolith flower shop. I have also started to make some plans for our base as well, which I am going to show you now. Nothing to see technically yet, but I'll talk you through my idea hopefully before the end of the episode. If I get my button gear this week, we're going to start to see here, if we can render it in, we are going to start making some big, massive structural posts or pillars that will come from up there right the way down to the base. One on either side of the fountain, I think, here, and then the same will happen on each of the other 4 sides. And what I'm going to do, if we can just ping up to the top, I'm going to put my helmet on. I forgot I also got the glowing enchantment, so now I get constant daytime, which is wonderful, especially when making videos, so I'll keep that on. But up here, in these blank spaces, the pillars are going to come way up above the line of the steps. So here we're going to see big pillars rise up to maybe here or here, something that gives a bit more shape and interest, fills up that empty space and gives us something more grand and structural. But you will see once I've started making some progress, so hopefully by the end of the episode we'll have something to see there too. I have a feeling we're being followed again. I'm sure I saw something. Oh, I knew it. Burrow, we have got to do something about him. Well, after a couple of hours work, it's time for an update on progress, and before we get to the shop, someone has been busy in the mall because someone's feeling Christmassy already. I'm not sure I agree with putting Christmas stuff up on the 10th of November. That seems a tad early for me. I'm a bit of a Grinch. I like to leave it till December and make December feel special. But hey, it's lovely, and I suppose when it takes this much work to decorate a place, you probably need to get started early. So, loving the decorations. I don't know whether we're finished yet or just halfway through. I'm guessing it's just a start. But the tree looks lovely, the presents look lovely, and all the little visitors, the little elves and Santas are looking great. But that's not what we're here for. We are here to see the progress on our flower shop. And I think I'm quite happy with that, actually. After, I don't know, it's taken me an hour and a half, I think, all told. Maybe 2 hours, including the bit I did yesterday. And here it is, the front of our shop. We've put some of our monolith flags up and given it a nice big shop front. Some nice greenery on the front. And here we are. We've got... I haven't put the actual shop signs on yet. We'll do that later. But everything is laid out nicely. We've got walls, ceiling, and yes, I even finished the floor. Fancy that. And all of our different flowers, which are going to be sold. We've got all the smaller 1-height flowers in the flower pots, and we put the big 2-high ones at the back, on the back wall. I think that looks nice. And we've got the monolith flower shop. So what do you think, guys? Do you think I've done a good enough job of that? Does it look nice, or could I have done better? I think I'm fairly happy with that. I like my little shop windows as well, with some flowers to look at to show what it is. Yeah, so there we go. That's one of our jobs done. Now we can get on to some of our other big tasks. Right, that's it. We have got to find some way of getting this dragon-headed little weirdo back. Revenge time. Well, no sooner did I decide to open a flower shop in the mall than I tried to start getting all of the flowers to stock the shop and realised just how long it takes to get stacks of flowers when you're doing it by hand. Even in a flower forest where there are so many flowers, it takes forever. So I had an idea, a clever idea. Why not build a microfarm to speed the process up? So I built a few of these little gizmos to try and speed the process up, and they did a bit. I mean a bit. We're talking 9 stacks of the bone meal for 1 stack of flowers, and it takes forever. And this is a pretty fast model, actually, and I hate phantoms. Please, Mojang, take them away. Why did anyone ever vote for these things? They are the epitome of evil. But I have also found out that as good as the solution was, I'm not allowed, because on SK, on Shadow Kingdom, we're not allowed auto farms, and apparently this, with the dispenser on the back, is classed as an auto farm. So I've had to take the bone meal dispenser off, and now we're going to have to try and do this by hand, which I am not at all sure whether it's going to work or not, and certainly not going to work when I'm being dive bombed by these little winged devils. Go away! There, killed them. Whew. See if we can get this done before any more arrive. So, in theory, I should be able to stand over this and hold down my mouse button and just fire it in. And the lever just makes the grass move, so it should break. And that won't be an auto farm because I'm manually placing the bone meal. So we're going to try it and see if this works, shall we? So here we go. Is this working? It's kind of working. Yeah, it's working, isn't it? Yay! Whoa! Man, this is... No, this is terrible. We're going to have to figure out where to stand because I keep touching the hopper whenever it moves. Okay, folks, this is half a plan. It needs some improving, doesn't it? So, yeah, let's get back to that one another time. Ladies and gentlemen, I can hold it in no longer. It is time for another Towny tour. And this time, as they were the first ones to suggest it when I shouted in the chat last, we are going to visit the town of Velaris. So let's have a look in the text in the chat and get some details before we have a look at the actual town itself. We have got the mayor, Shawnee Joy, and let's see how many, 103 residents. It must be enormous. That's crazy. Look how much they're paying a day. Nearly 18 grand a day just to keep this place running. That is insane. I hope you lot have got plenty of rich town members to pay all those taxes. But, and without further ado, here it is. Look at this. The vast archipelago of Velaris. And I've been flying around this ocean for at least 10 minutes trying to render it all in, and I still think I've missed half of the builds. It is so spread out, it's unreal. I mean, look at this towny map on the text. You can't even see it. It doesn't fit on there's so many claims. It's crazy. This is the most bizarre way of claiming a town I've ever seen. It's like, I don't know, 4/5 ocean that you're paying for. Why would you do that, people? Please explain to me. But anyway, that's enough of me yabbering. Let's get into the builds. And here we are at the actual spawn of the town. This beautiful little spawn building here, welcoming us to the town. And the paths go out 4 different directions, so we're going to have to pick one at a time. So I'm going to admire this little lighthouse and ship dock area here. It is very lovely. I like it. Has a very distinct style. I like that. Lighthouse, really nice. Also with the beacon on it. That's a good place to put a beacon. Sometimes I find the places that people put beacons are a bit weird. These beams appear out of random holes in the floor, but that's a really nice way of using it. And this ship is beautifully made. Very good. Whoever's done that spent some time making it look nice. But for me, what I enjoyed the most so far... Ooh, way to grind. I didn't come down here last time. Ooh, let's have a quick poke down here and see what they've got. Ooh, my word. This is a long way down, isn't it? Whoa! Whoa! Look at this. This is amazing. I can't get into any of them because they've all got doors on. But this must be a lot. Skeletons, iron golems. Man, this is enormous. I am genuinely impressed. Wow. There is so much. I'm going to get lost in here. This is going to be another 20-minute towny tour, isn't it? This is crazy. Look at the size of it. Private residence. What? What's down here? Ooh, okay. We're on two of 3. What's down here? Whoa! Whoa! What? Wow. Holy cow, look at those chests. That's bonkers. Who needs that many chests? Villager breeding. I'm flabbergasted. This is nuts. And random snow golems held prisoner. That seems a bit cruel on them. I don't know whether they're sentient, but if they are, that's a mean way of keeping snowmen. Right, enough of this. As impressed as I am, we have got lots to see. And here we are back in the town, and there's lots of these lovely builds that look like houses. They contain the relevant information for the town. They've got obviously lots of outposts. I think some of these must be the near but not so near builds. I'm sure I saw a tree farm and I presume the residential stuff is down the bottom. So they've just used warps to make things a little bit more accessible when they're so spread out. But there's lots of these lovely little details. Is it me or are they Starbucks cups? Very nice. Lovely spot to have a wee Java. And then these builds are great. We've got room for some shops here. The book pots shop, very nicely set out, very player friendly. This town, really like it. Lots of detail, and another town that's getting in on the Christmas action already with the Christmas tree up and these lovely presents. To Sean from Santa, to Tilly from Santa, to Mizzy from Santa. Well, everyone's being good. No lumps of coal, unless they are lumps of coal. Imagine a lump of coal the size of that. That would be crazy. Is the lump of coal thing like a certain culture, by the way? Answers in the comments below. I don't know. I'm from the UK, so obviously that's a thing here. But do you guys in other countries have that weird idea of being naughty and getting given a lump of coal? Aha! I guess someone's been naughty. Naughty, naughty cow. But that's enough of this area. I love this build. I don't know why, I just do. It feels really nice sized, this bank, and is great inside if you can get in. But the doors are shut now. They were open earlier and I could have a little nosy, but someone shut them. So we're going to have to just admire it from the outside. It's a lovely build. Well done. But things get even more interesting over here. We have Tor and Tilly's home. Again, doors were open earlier, so I got to have a nosy in. But it's another lovely house. As you can agree. But over here, things get weird. If we follow this path up, we come to a helipad. A helipad? Who built all of this lovely, slightly medieval-esque housing and thought, I know what we're missing? A helipad. But, well, hey, it's a lovely helicopter. I've got to give you that. But there is so much hidden in this town. There's these little lifts everywhere with new builds being made. Obviously, this is only just being started, and this is going to be somebody's massive base. So we'll have to come and see that next time we're in town. But this is, I think, one of the grander buildings, and I think it's a really good job. Is this a handmade island? Oh, it's a half handmade island. It's been extended artificially. That'd be some terraining job to make that island actually go all the way down. But it's a lovely, lovely build, this is. Lots of detailing. I feel like my build style compared to this is a bit pared back. I think maybe I could do a bit more having a go at this detail. I know most of the time people say don't over detail. I think I under detail. So maybe I should learn a thing or two. But what has amazed me about this is the world's largest fireplace. It's insane. That's nuts. It's like, what is that? 5 fires wide? I mean, it seems a bit overkill. And not only have they got one, they've actually got 2. Look at this. Now, I admire this because big builds are hard to detail, but I think they've done a really good job. Whoever's build this is, it's really nice. Little coffee shop area. If it is a coffee shop, I don't know, it looks like it, doesn't it? And then you've got these stairs up to what are going to be the living quarters, which obviously are still in process. There's lots of these little rooms for visitors and guests. It feels like this is some kind of grand hotel, doesn't it? With these massive lobby areas, but lots of small rooms. But fantastic, fantastic start. Can't wait to see it finished. Now, let's try and find a way back out. Yep, this'll do. And now we have to have a quick look at some of the other islands, and we've missed one already. This was what I was mentioning earlier that I'd seen. I am assuming that this is the tree farm. It's a very ornate tree farm, if it is. Look at that. That's fancy. That's not just some trees stacked together. That's proper designing going on. And if I look carefully, yes, there we go. There is a way in. Thank you very much. No doors that block us. They've also got a sheep farm. Lots and lots of wool everywhere. Look at this. Massive. This is a well-run operation, I have to say. Very impressed. But we have a few more residents to see, and we're going to fly by them really quickly. Lovely little cliff-top house here, which we can appreciate. Again, I don't think we can get inside, but lots of funky things happening. What's this? Some kind of fancy dock area. Interesting detailing there. I hadn't thought of doing that. I'm not sure what they're supposed to be, but I think there's a nice idea there using the barrels sideways. Oh, it's a little kind of a hobbit house, isn't it? Ha! Lovely. Yeah, very nice. And then over here we have another island with another house. Everyone's so spread out. They got. It feels like this feels like a town for rich people. They all have palatial plots with fantastic views everywhere. I mean, look at the view from this house. It's beautiful, isn't it? Look at that sunset. Look at that. Fantastic. You can build on that little bit of beach. What little bit of beach? That little bit of beach? Oh, maybe they mean these. Let's go this way. Now, this is definitely one of the advantages of spreading out your town, because you can get some different build styles like this. This feels somewhat different with the purple roofs and the large builds. But because they're all spread out, it doesn't feel like a mishmash. Whereas if you got them all on plots right next to each other, it might feel a bit weird having lots of different styles. You get away with it because each has its own space. I love the swinging chair and the tree in the garden. Very nice. Again, different style, but I like it. Very nice. Ooh, what's this over here? We've missed another build here. Ooh, this looks funky. What is this? Looks like an alien raft of some kind. That's not alien because it's wood. That's ridiculous. Who would call it alien? Anyway, it's standing up on a pole. Hey, interesting, unique, I'll give you that. More works in progress here. We're not going to spend too much time on them. Obviously, we can see them when we revisit later on in the life of this server. It's always good to come back and see those half-finished plots finished off and looking nice and neat. As you can see, there's a modern build going up there. You see what I mean about all the different styles being okay because they're all on different islands. And here we have an artificial island. Funky. Here we go. Who's this? Oh, it's Panda Island. It's the mayor's house. Duke Shawnee Joy. Beware of the random boys. Okay, everybody watch out for random boys. Who are random? How do we know if they're random or not? Oh, that's a bit cryptic, isn't it? Izzy Bells. Very nice, yeah. Lovely little bamboo island. Feels like someone important lives here. Yeah, very good. Wow. And one last island. I think we've seen everything else now. Again, someone's taken the trouble to build this island from nothing. That's a lot of sand just to make an island. I wonder how long that took. That's crazy. That can't be natural terrain. That's got to have been handmade. But yeah, all that hand making for one humble little house. It's a nice house, don't get me wrong, I like it, but that's a crazy amount of effort to make an island for a house that's the size of less than a chunk. A commitment, hey, why not? So, there we go folks, this is Velaris, or Velaris so far, should we say. Mayor Shawnee Joy and the team, thanks for getting your town open so that we can come and have a visit. Keep up the good work and we will see you again. In other news though, we have started on the big columns that I was talking about, and I mean a little bit of progress. They're going to be kind of like this. We're going to make a lot more detailing obviously on the sides and on the top eventually, and they are going to go not just here, but they are going to go right down to the very bottom. So if we come in here and knock out a slab, you'll see that they go right the way to the bottom. So they're going to, from the inside, look like massive supports for this giant structure eventually, and they're going to be there and there and there and there. And then we need to figure out how to make these plots look a bit prettier from underneath, because they look great from on the top, but this place looks really scruffy underneath, doesn't it? I'm afraid that probably means remaking an entire monolith underneath the monolith to hide the builds. That doesn't seem like a bright idea. Maybe we should think about this. Well folks, my time has run out for this week, so we're going to finish filming here. You can see in the background I've been working hard on those pillars. They are not quite finished yet. I need to make them look a bit more interesting, add a bit more detail, but they're getting close. Yeah, hopefully we'll get that done before we start recording the next episode, and I can show you at the beginning of the next one. So that's it for now guys. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.